What's up? Good evening. You're listening to another episode of Taking the Over with Billy Gunn, and I'm your host, Billy Gunn, on this, the official sports wagering podcast of Boot Crew Media. And I'm joined, as always, by my co-host T, and we've got a very, very exciting show for you tonight, as we've got an all-time awesome guest that's going to be joining us. But before we get to that, I have to let you know that Taking the Over is powered by Royal Honda. It's a great time to be at Royal Honda, where they have 80 pre-owned cars available for immediate delivery and 100 new cars like 2022 Honda Pilot EXL, Honda's flagship SUV. Taking the Over is driven and powered by Royal Honda, located at 5600 Veterans Boulevard in Metairie. Visit royalhonda.com to find your new car today. These Hondas are great. These Hondas are fast. These Hondas are so fuel efficient. They're comfortable. They're luxurious. They have a plentiful selection of Hondas. So many Hondas.
How many Hondas, Billy?
Well, 2 weeks ago they had 180.
Whew.
But they've been selling a lot of them. But they replenish what they sell. So according to the read tonight, they have 180 still.
Incredible.
Dead on. It's big. Enough about that. Our guest tonight is an outstanding presence in like gambling Twitter, the sports wagering world. She's been a columnist at the Action Network for a few years now. Really, really intense. You can find her on Twitter at the Spin Zone. I listened to her podcast back in the day, and just really, really appreciated just kind of like the theme and the vibe, and everything that it is. She's a true degenerate. She's one of us. She's here to get crazy with us tonight, and she knows a lot about making bets on college basketball. Is that fair to say, T? A lot about making bets on college basketball.
Oh yes, Lauren will fit right in and fill in all the blanks and our knowledge gaps, which are plentiful. So it's good to have you learn.
Lauren's here. Lauren's amongst friends. Lauren Joffe, welcome to Taking the Over. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. I just, by the way, just say I have basically an audience of 3 people here right now.
You've got 3 people watching you?
They're sitting, like literally sitting here watching me.
What are their credentials? Maybe they can be on the podcast too.
They are all. I mean, we're all here to watch the games. We've got a Michigan State alum, and she's very knowledgeable in Michigan State.
Okay.
And then we have I actually don't know. Oh well, yeah. Well, Kate, Northwestern, right? Yeah, but
Northwestern Illinois or Northwestern State?
No, Northwestern Illinois.
A Big Ten party.
Yeah, and well, for the 2 of them, and then there's me and the other Arizona alum. But yeah, so these guys are like legitimately staring at me.
They're staring at you. Can they hear us?
No, I have.
No, they only hear one side of this conversation.
They do only hear one side of this conversation.
Well, that
yeah,
anybody.
They're watching. We're currently watching the Brian Wright State game. So, well, I'm not. I'm actually facing the other direction. But we're watching.
Okay. You can DVR it in the hotel room. Use some of that.
Yeah, you know what? The great thing about some of these hotels in Vegas is none of them have True TV. I don't understand why, but
yeah, True TV's hidden away.
It legitimately is hidden. Like we've had to like put all kinds of connections and cords and whatever.
I didn't realize I had it last night. I had to go looking for it, and I found it.
It's the Impractical Jokers
rerun
channel.
That's and I always like I thought that show was so dumb, and then one time I'm like, okay, fine, I'll watch it. Legitimately the funniest I've ever seen.
Well, I failed to mention on the stupid intro that I did for you that you're actually in Vegas. Like you are in Vegas.
We are in Vegas. We do this
every tournament. Like you're so dedicated to the craft, we'll call it.
Yeah.
That you're there for the. I mean, I've sat with like my siblings and talked about these types of things. Like, oh, we should go to Vegas for March Madness opening 5 days, and we all go, oh yeah. We'll do. You put your money where your mouth is. You're there.
Oh yeah, we've been doing this I think for 9 years now. The only time we missed 1 year because of extenuating circumstances, but then we some of us came for the second weekend, and then we missed the only other one was because of COVID. which I mean, we all had our flights. I still have my flight credit from that trip. I'm just very, very that was a terrible. The day that all the conferences started canceling their tournament, I mean, like legitimately, one of like the worst days. But yeah, we do this every year. We are incredibly dedicated to this. We plan all year for this. So, yeah,
Thank you for joining us tonight. Like you're taking some time out of your sweet planning for a year vacation.
Well, in fairness, like I mean, we got here. I actually got here a couple days early, which I don't normally do.
Oh, nice.
But we kind of had a little too much to drink yesterday.
Okay. It happened.
So today, I mean, and I know like that I'll definitely have too much to drink the rest of the weekend. So today I'm just sort of like chilling. I mean, I just trying to take care of, like last minute, like brackets and survivor pools and all that stuff. So
well, you're pretty dedicated to, like, so you're dedicated to the craft. So I'd imagine you're getting into the tournament pretty heavy, right?
I mean, yeah. I mean, mind you, like, truth be told, for the first round of the tournament, like, because there's a group of us. There's like 10 of us, and it actually ends up being more like 15 of us who all pool our money together and bet as a group. So, and we have somebody in our group who he has all kinds of, formulas and whatever else he is. But anyway, we end up doing it as a group because we kind of have a rule that we don't ever bet against each other for anything. So, that's what we do. So which is good because there's zero chance I'm sober during the games.
Right.
So I couldn't I found a new love of second half betting. Like that's not going to happen this weekend at all because
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. We're big advocates of bet first, then drink.
Yeah, well, see, we can do that, but not second half betting.
Right.
That's the problem.
It takes second half off the table for a lot of people.
Yeah, it 100% does. Next weekend, like for Sweet 16 and Elite 8, then we can do some second half betting, but not this week.
Well, let me back up for a minute because before we get into March Madness, we've got a new thing we've been doing on the show that the people really, really appreciate. You probably didn't realize this because we don't tout this a whole lot. T and I are not fans of touts at all, so we don't tout other shit either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we are kind of like the official independent podcast of the USFL and the New Orleans Breakers of the USFL.
The unofficial official.
And we actually have Larry Fedora, the head coach of the New Orleans Breakers, coming on taking the over next week.
Oh.
Kind of a get,
That's pretty big.
Yeah. I mean, he's not. He's all right. We'll see what happens. We like to play a game where every week the guest picks who's going to win the USFL championship. All right. So we're going to ask you for a pick on who's going to win the USFL championship, and I should, before going any further, put any devices down. Do not Google. Do not Siri, do not Alexa. In fact, please don't ask your friends that are hanging out.
Well, I can promise you that they don't know anything these teams.
All right.
Like, I mean, I'm telling you right now, it's like I don't even think I know really.
So, So before we go any further, you have to guess, or I'm sorry, you have to name as many as you can. Now, again, like.
I mean, I can do that.
Our reigning champion has 4. Our reigning champion has 4. Correct.
I can do that for you right now, and the answer is the New Orleans Breakers.
There's one.
Well, that's one team.
And that would be the end of the list. Wait, no, that's not true. Hold on.
I have all 8 in front of me.
Now, also, as you go to name the teams, Lauren, we will take either the city name or the mascot, or if the context is such that we think that you're correct, we might even give you credit. And so far, nobody's made it past 4 teams.
Well, here's what I can tell you. I mean, if these are going to be guesses. I do not know USFL.
That's what we want. That's great.
Okay, well,
we've had like really fucking smart people, really sharp people, like dedicated football. They can't name like 2.
Well,
that's the fun of the game. because I'm ready for USFL on April. I think I tap out at like 5 or 6 names. I still don't have all 8. And
I mean,
refuse to
I'll
look
be
it up.
honest with you. Like, I think I even forgot that they were. I mean,
it's going to be here in April.
Well, this is.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I actually did see something about because someone was telling me like, well, I said, what am I gonna if there was no baseball, like, what am I gonna bet on? And everyone's like USFL or whatever. I was like, well, I didn't even know that was a thing, but okay.
Betting on USFL.
Yeah, I've never bet on USFL.
I mean, not USFL. What was that? Whatever the AARP or AFL or whatever last year. I had so much fun. And XFL
the American Allegiance of American football. It was like 3 A's in NFL.
Yeah. That was so much, and I like you can win. You can really get an edge on those guys.
I mean, I'm sure because I don't know how much anyone knows about. I mean,
they're accessible, like Larry Fedora. You know what I
mean? Hometown guy,
right? It helps influence the game.
Where are you guys from?
All right, so I'm in a suburb of New Orleans.
Oh.
I'm 30 miles due north of New Orleans.
Oh, okay.
Proper. Born and raised, found my way back here like a salmon at the end of its life. I went out, I bred, and I swam upstream back home.
Yeah.
And so we're huge Saints fans. And then T, I'll go ahead.
Yeah, I'm 1,400 miles due north of New Orleans. I'm in Connecticut, so Saints fan, Pelicans fan from afar. But I spend a decent amount of time down in New Orleans throughout the football season.
Oh, well, I mean, hopefully, I'll be maybe in New Orleans in a few weeks.
You should.
That's right.
Oh, for the Final Four this year?
Mm-hmm.
Let me know.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
I'll give you good recommendations and all.
Well, see, here's the thing. I have a feeling that we're going to, I mean, we're not letting the cart, I mean, there's only going to be one reason I go. I'm not just going for the Final Four.
Right.
Like, I'm going if we're in the Final Four.
You're going for the first Breakers game, I imagine.
Well, yeah.
That's true. That's I might have a conflict with the Final Four. Is that I'm going to be, eyeballs deep in Breakers.
I mean, I get it. Like, you got to make that choice. I mean, it's a hard choice. So, but I'll probably be more into the whole basketball thing. But I have a feeling like, we're going to have to end up staying wherever we can find a tent on the side of the road because places are sold out. So
I can help you with that.
Well, okay then. I mean, I did have a friend actually that just moved there, and I kind of made a joke on his like Instagram thing. I'm like, haha, it's so cool that you just moved there, and it's gonna be awesome when I visit there in a couple of weeks. We can crash at your place. He didn't respond, but
well, like being from, I was always the guy that was from the New Orleans area. Like when I went off to college and stuff.
Yeah.
So like Mardi Gras for me, from the age of like 19 to 27, was ruined. Because I had to indoctrinate and baptize motherfuckers to Mardi Gras every year. It was misery.
I mean, I have been in New Orleans once, and it was like for a conference, and it was random, and it was years ago. But I have an obsession with beads, so I mean,
yeah. Well,
I'm all about the beads.
They got lots of beads there.
Yeah, all about the beads.
How many USFL teams can you name?
Well, there's the New Orleans Breakers.
All right, that's a good one.
Did we cover that one?
Yep. And by the way, I might actually just agree with whatever you say, but T actually has the list because I don't know them all either.
Okay, I'm gonna the Chicago. The Chicago.
I will take Chicago. I believe there's a team
really
in
have
Chicago. One? That sounds likely to me.
I wasn't gonna rate in your parade. I wanted to see how creative you got with the mascot before I crossed you out there. But there's no Chicago team.
There's no Chicago.
The LA Avengers.
Wow, creative, but no, unfortunately. I would.
Is there an LA team though? Is there an LA team?
I really don't think there's a West Coast. There's no West Coast team.
Really?
Wow.
The farthest west you go is New Orleans.
Damn.
Or Houston, I guess. So I gave you another one, Houston.
Okay, so we're just doing East Coast thing. Okay, there's got to be one of the Carolinas. I got to have one of these teams. Maybe both. The North Carolina. I mean, would they name it like after the state or after a city? I mean, would it be like the Raleigh? No, it wouldn't be that. Me, Charlotte. Charlotte. Yeah, I don't know. The Charlotte.
I think that's wrong.
Okay,
There's
well.
no Carolina team, but you have
There's
done
no Carolina,
the most
there's no
work
Charlotte team.
of anyone we've had to ask these questions. So.
I mean, I'm
Yeah,
trying.
you're doing well. You're doing really well with the thought, and because no one else is really committed to really
thinking about
you're
it.
trying hard. Yeah,
I am. I don't. I'm not. I don't like.
Shall we? All right. Shall we move to the bonus round, T, before we get to naming the champion?
We'll give you a bonus point here.
How can I name a champion if I don't know who the teams are?
Well, you know one team. You know the best team so far. So
okay,
you're in good shape for the championship.
Okay, got it.
T, you want to hit? There
is a bonus question, and if you get this, we'll forgive all of your prior sins.
Okay.
What is the city that these games will be taking place? And it's a trick question because every game will be played in the same city, regardless of their name.
New Orleans?
Close. Speaking geographically.
That's
Atlanta?
a good answer. That's
not as close.
That's the second time we've gotten that answer.
Yeah. It's a bordering
it's a southern city. Okay. I've got a hint.
Baton Rouge?
I've got a hint.
Yeah.
It's kind of a shitty city.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
Answer wisely, not to offend any other city.
Houston?
They're not hosting all the games. Okay, all the games are being played in Birmingham, Alabama.
Really?
At the same stadium. Yeah, like the old Iron Bowl or something.
Interesting.
Hotbed.
It's a real football. That's where the Senior Bowl is. Where a lot of shit goes, man.
I've been to Alabama once. I went there for space camp.
You went to space camp?
I went to space camp.
That was my favorite movie, like summer of 1986.
Is that when that came out?
Something like that, 86, 87. It's one of those like HBO summer movies where like HBO is your babysitter. so you're watching either Willow or like Space Camp.
Oh yeah, I mean I was obsessed.
I
thought I was going to go to space camp. I mean I never thought I was going to get launched into space. Like that was never like I didn't have that worry. Mostly because it was in Alabama and there's no shuttle there, so I knew that.
Did they launch you into space?
I mean, like mentally a little bit, but not actually physically. But like it was probably like it was like the most dorky of dorks were there. But but it was like the most fun I've ever had. Honestly,
there wasn't too many handsome people at the space camp.
I mean, you know what the funny thing is like the first day I was there, I was wearing like a basically a tank top, and because it was hot, because it was summer, and I was like, one of the counselors came up to me. She's like, that's not appropriate to wear around here because we have a lot of government officials and we can't have that. So I was like,
them government officials is prone to sexual violence.
I mean,
you gotta tone them tank tops down.
I was literally told I couldn't wear a tank top. So I was like,
was there a uniform, like a NASA uniform or something?
100%. It was a blue jumpsuit. Yep.
Holy mackerel!
Perfect.
I saw the movie about 74 times one summer.
Yeah, well, 100% that blue jumpsuit. I'm sorry I didn't buy it because you could buy it if you wanted to.
Oh yeah, that's like I wish I'd kept all my college books instead of selling them back for $25.
I know. I actually have a few.
Beer money, but like $25 of beer money in like 1998. That's a big deal.
Well,
that changed your whole life for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a lot of Rolling Rock Tall Boys. That was our drink of choice.
Wait, hold on. Someone's showing me that
Remember he dated underage girls in Alabama.
Roy Moore? No, but I went there probably before.
I'm just telling you, this is why.
Okay, well, I've been told that the reason why is because the former governor,
former Republican senator,
he liked the young lady. He liked the young ladies. That guy is the word on the street.
I mean, I have a feeling. I don't know when he was senator, but I have a feeling this was before it. But we're not going to get into age here.
Governor senator requires no tank tops.
But the whole thing is that you weren't allowed PDA. Like
this sounds
PDA
surprisingly
at a
like
space
church. Like
camp.
I went to some church camps that were way worse
it was
than this.
no, I'm telling you,
but
they had
you're
like
describing space camp that sounds like church camp.
they were it was the most conservative place I've ever been. The boys and girls were on different levels, and there was a guard all night that monitored, and like we literally
Fuck
there was
that guard, right? You got to get that. You got to get that. Like you got to overcome that guard.
Well, the whole thing about this is that somehow, like, there was 2 people who ended up having sex. I
That's
don't
good.
know how
That's
they did
right.
it.
No, you know that you got to outsmart that guard to get your
Well,
sex
they are-
on. You know
they
what I
are-
mean? To
I
have
think
some
they
sex,
did
you
it
got
in
to
like
beat
the
the guard.
didn't like the one day we were like in a dark star room. I don't know. Somehow they had sex.
That's
But
great.
anyway, that
great.
was that was my
2
space
people
camp.
had sex or 4 people had sex?
No, sorry, like a boy and a girl, and I say boy and a girl because they were a boy and a girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was like 2 sets of 2 people. Or...
No, I don't think so. But I wouldn't be super sure. No, I'm pretty sure that was it. That was the talk of the talk of camp.
That was space camp drama.
That was the space camp drama. And they were like, I mean, these 2 were gonna get married and be together forever.
What did you get for wearing that tank top?
Do you think they wore the blue jumpsuits to their wedding?
I mean, maybe. I mean, the funny thing is I've got like a book with like, and I saved everything. Like I have everything. So I've got like a lot of their like names and numbers from like back in the day. And I'm like, I've tried to find some of them on like Facebook. Sadly, I can't remember all their last names. So. But I would love to know. I'd love to know.
I'm going to take your answer for the champion of the USFL. You're picking the New Orleans Breakers right now, right?
100%.
You're already ahead of the most knowledgeable football guest in the entire market, and we had him on a couple weeks ago or maybe last week, and he said the New Orleans Bees.
Wow. I mean,
he only got the first letter of the mascot.
I mean,
name,
is that
so...
a thing? Like,
we were like, oh, he's setting the trend. It's the new nickname for them. Why say Breakers? Say the Bees. They're the
Breakers.
Bees.
Isn't that like a
New Orleans Bees?
Isn't there another Breakers teams like in New Zealand or something?
Well, yes, the New Orleans Breakers was, but it was also an original USFL team. They just went and grabbed like 8 of the original names and said, "Fuck you, we're taking these names. Sue us, try it."
Yeah. No cease and desist letter from them.
They got me. They care. They like, we got this NBC money over here, motherfuckers.
Wait, it's on NBC?
What you gonna do with a coalition of? I think it's like a coalition of like Fox and NBC.
Yeah, it's multiple networks somehow.
It's some kind of unholy alliance of like 2 major networks.
Wow.
Airing this abortion of football that we're the
abortion of football.
That's what their tagline is underneath USFL.
It is not, but that's pretty.
It says the abortion of football.
It does not.
Mm-hmm.
But it would be.
That's
funny.
what The Rock said. The Rock comes out and endorses it, and he goes, "Are you ready for the abortion of football?"
He does not.
That's why it's in Birmingham.
Are you being? I mean,
here they couldn't get a permit for The Rock to say that anywhere but Birmingham.
You guys are lying, and I'll believe you because I'm an idiot, like, and very naive and like very believing. So
it's okay.
But I'm at like, is it? No, I don't believe that. I'm gonna have to say that in these days and ages, this day and age. Whatever,
you've been around the scene for like a minute. Like you are OG badass, like sports wagering content person. I was listening to one of your old pods and you were talking about like you gave like this 12-minute diatribe on like the day that Deadspin jumped the shark.
Oh God,
but it was but it was like so much of what you say, like I'm like, oh, I feel the same exact way. Like, oh yeah. I remember when I remember in 2006, 2007, Deadspin was like a daily visit for me on the internet.
Yeah. I was a starred member. Like when I got my star, I was like, yes, I'm legit. I'm a starred commenter on Deadspin. Like I felt so good about that made my like month.
It was an awesome place to be. And they had hilarious, funny, edgy sports content. It's like a toned down version of what like Barstool kind of became.
100%.
Like generation appropriate, like time period appropriate.
Yeah, no, that was
and the
comments.
The comments
were the best.
Oh my God.
I mean, I lived for that. Like that's what I woke up and like went straight there.
I want to tell you this. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to get Kij Ramsey on this show.
You want who? Sorry.
Kij Ramsey.
Oh, wait.
You know who I'm talking about?
Wait,
From,
I do that name.
Early Deadspin days.
Kij Ramsey.
He's
I
the
know that. I mean, that name
he
sounds
lives
totally
in
familiar.
Kentucky. He's a big Kentucky fan. He founded YouTube TV Sports or YouTube Sports.
Oh,
He'd go, "Hi, I'm Kai Ramsey, and I'm broadcasting from the local Walmart." He made it to like the early Deadspin Hall of Fame.
I'm sure. Like
You'd
drawn.
remember. I think.
I mean, I'm just drawing. I don't. I mean, honestly, the only thing I remember from, well, I mean, not the only thing. I remember. I mean, there's people on Twitter that I follow because I know them from Deadspin. Like
Kai just not a Twitter guy.
He's not a Twitter guy.
He's very proficient on Facebook though. But
Well,
he
see,
was on YouTube. He was making YouTube videos out of his mom's basement in like Nowheresville, Kentucky.
I mean, I mean, like now that you're
he
saying
like
it
he would
familiar.
get special accommodations at school. Like he's that type of guy.
That's a great way to say it.
Yeah,
I
wrestled with how I was going to say it for 17 hours, and that's where I landed.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yes. I officially understand. Yes.
And he would do these YouTube, and he would go, "This is Kai." It was like early YouTube. It's like 2007 YouTube, and he's like, "This is Kai Ramsey with YouTube Sports, and I think Kentucky's going to win." You know, like, or he'd be like, "Them Kardashians aren't wearing enough clothes," or like, "Here's how you shoot a free throw." Yeah, Kai Ramsey. He's a huge guy. He's a huge meme for years. Still alive.
I mean, I'm sure I have to know. Like,
he's
honestly.
a Deadspin guy. Deadspin Hall of Fame. Back when the Deadspin Hall of Fame was funny, and it's like said, like I remembered you talking about that on your show, and I was like, I have the same thought. Like, yep, I remember like when certain media empire, Hulk Hogan kind of helped kill Deadspin too. Ironically,
I mean, he was definitely
he
a
took all
part
their
of that.
money. Yeah,
but I mean, they didn't have to turn into what they've turned into now.
Are they still around? Even
yeah, because one of the worst people on the planet is their supposed like senior editor or some, and Julie DeCaro, who I despise with a passion. Like,
you have a history or just from
well,
afar?
I mean, I don't know her personally, but she's called me out without saying my name. You know, like
they call that
subtweeting, but I mean, like.
But
she wrote a book.
Subblogging. She's an editor. She probably had larger resources.
Well, no, I wouldn't go that far. She is terrible. She is like a local Chicago media person. And I don't even know how I think because my friends that work in Chicago media would be like, oh my God, you have
to. But you used to live in Chicago, right?
Me?
Yeah.
No, that's where I live now.
Oh, okay.
I'm from LA.
There you go.
But yeah, now I live in Chicago.
Who's your favorite NFL team?
You know, NFL is one of those things. Like growing up, we were hockey fans. Like wasn't really into the NFL at all.
Did you grow up in LA?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, we were like huge Kings
hockey fans in LA. I like that. I like that a lot. The Kings. You had Gretzky. It was a great era.
Oh, we were fans even before that.
Luke Robitaille.
Oh,
Rob
Luke Robitaille was my. I mean, and I'm like, I legitimately have a diary entry from I don't know what year where I legitimately laid out like how me and him were going to get married, and like all that, and like then he was like dating Nancy McKeon, the chick from Facts of Life, and I was like, I hate her. I legitimately hate her because
she's not even that hot.
I mean, given I don't know how old. I mean, I was like,
I have a similar diary entry, but with Drew Brees instead.
Hey, I mean,
my wife is a close second to Drew Brees. she's accepted it too.
And as long as that's like out in the open, so be it.
What? We're in March Madness, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where would you put March Madness in terms of rankings of best gambling times or things to gamble on? Like, you have everyone loves the Super Bowl, prop bets, but where do you put March Madness?
March Madness is first for me.
By far.
Anything
close second?
I mean, college football. I mean, no, NFL. I mean, NFL is one of those things. Like that's something like a weekly thing. I have 100 fantasy teams. Like I'm completely and totally invested in it. The Super Bowl it almost always ends up where I'm like, you know what? Every year I do these prop bets, and every year I have absolutely zero reasoning for picking what I do.
Well,
I'm
that's
like,
the point. It's supposed to be just stupid fun,
well,
right?
I mean, and they are, but I'm like, I like try to be like as logical as I can about it. But I mean, I mean, Super Bowl is fun to bet on, but like, I mean, March Madness is just, I mean, there's
This tomorrow to me is like the Mecca.
yeah,
12
100%.
o'clock to 12 a.m. straight games, and they overlap, which is just perfect.
Oh, I mean, it's when I say we sit and watch, we do not move from our seats from 9:15 in the morning until the last game. I missed it.
It is the best.
It
So
is the
with
best.
that being said,
Mm-hmm.
we want to talk basketball, of course.
Okay. Yes.
If you had, who's in your Final Four? Are you able to reveal that?
I mean, I'll be honest with you, like, I'm
Right.
still working on my, no, I'm still working on my brackets. Like, I literally haven't. Truth be told, listen, I want, like, obviously, I mean, I have Arizona winning it all. Now, mind you, though, hold on. Like, in fairness, every single year since I started doing brackets, I've had Arizona winning it all. So, in at least one of my brackets. So, I mean, they're just an automatic, because I can't root against my team. So, they're obviously like gonna be but I also I have a big problem with jinxing. Like I hate everyone's picking Arizona to win. I'm like, shut up. Like, just I don't want to like, just shut up. Like, no, don't say that, because you're just jinxing. And I'm doing my best to reverse jinx, but I don't think it's working.
Lauren, I have a confession to make. I don't really participate that much in March Madness anymore.
Mhm.
I had, a good enthusiasm about it when I was young.
Yeah.
I had a job one time where
Mhm.
they made us fill out brackets for March
Mhm.
Madness, and that was like that impacted our bonus structure for that month of what would happen. It didn't go well. And I've never fucked with March Madness. I've got like two stupid bets this one, but T is going to mainly like have all the March Madness stuff. Like I bet on. I made one bet. And this is the one bet I have. This is the bet that I recommend. Plus 125 bet.
Mm-hmm.
Wisconsin to make it to the Sweet 16 as a 3 seed, taking on Colgate in the opening round.
Colgate's going to win outright.
And then LSU is taking on Iowa State over in the other, a 6 versus 11.
Mm-hmm.
We're heavy LSU territory down here, but I think that they lost their general. I'm not certain that they're even going to get by the 11. And then I don't know. I mean, I just say, number 3, Wisconsin, like they should be able to beat Colgate, whatever. All of this being said, I have watched I have not made it through an entire college basketball game all season. So
Oh, wow.
you should not listen to what I say.
Mm-hmm.
So I got all excited and I placed $100 bet on this, and then I sent it over to T, and I was like, "Hey man, what do you think?" And he just ripped me to shreds.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Wisconsin to begin with, because I've been at the last 2 times that we've played them. They kicked us out in the Sweet 16 and one in the Elite 8, and it was like heartbreaking and disturbing and all kinds of things. So like I have issues with them about that. But I mean, I don't know. I just don't think I honestly didn't even. I was like, wait, Wisconsin's even gonna be in the tournament? Like I legitimately didn't even. I don't know how that. I'm shocked.
Yeah,
that they're
Wisconsin's a 3 seed.
I know.
I believe they're going to make it to the Sweet 16. Now I say this.
I mean,
I didn't make it through. I didn't make it through last night's games. I fell asleep on a late one.
We definitely did.
Do you with the gambling and the intersection of gambling and the brackets, right? How do you navigate both at the same time? Because I'm sure you have plenty of brackets, but I find myself, let's say this weekend LSU plays Iowa State. I picked LSU to beat Iowa State in my bracket, but depending on what the spread is, you get into pretty tricky territory. You're really threading needles with spreads and then winning outright if you get a pretty tight spread. And you're rooting kind of against yourself. How do you navigate that, or do you just like not bet on that game?
No, I have the only like I mean with our betting conglomerate that we have here, like there's rules. Like there's two teams that we have like a Wisconsin alum, but he doesn't care. He's just about the money. But like,
how does the Wisconsin guy feel about my bet for Wisconsin to the Sweet 16?
I mean, we were talking last night. I think he likes Wisconsin too. I mean,
At least the Sweet 16, just get there. Am I good?
I mean, I don't. Like,
he told me I'm an asshole. If I've got a very astute friend of yours in the room, I would be so much happier. I'd trust his word over T's.
Truth be told, they're not actually in the room. They're not one of my
wherever they may be.
Right.
Somewhere.
I mean, I don't love I mean, it's not the hardest path, but I mean,
I think Colgate's gonna give them trouble. I don't know if they're gonna win outright, but
Colgate hadn't been good since Adonis Foyle played there and then got drafted by Golden State.
I mean,
and then was a bum.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, like, and mind you, like, my whole way of like doing when I do my numbers, because it really is that you bet the numbers, not the team necessarily. Right. I mean, they don't look great for Wisconsin, but mind you, like, the problem with the tournament in terms of betting is it's very difficult to I mean, well, maybe not so for some people, but like, you have to adjust numbers because Wisconsin doesn't usually play teams like Colgate. So, Colgate might be amazingly wonderful at shooting, they may be great at shooting, but they've only ever been playing, I don't even know who's in their conference
they're in like the Freedom League or something.
Are they? I was going to say that no, they wouldn't be Ivy.
The Northeast Coast League, Northwest.
Colgate's in the Patriot League.
Patriot League. I said Freedom. I get that. That would work in the USFL game. That would work. That would work. See, my brain works like that. I'm no dummy.
Who's a Cinderella that you think could like
maybe Vermont?
Yeah, I like Vermont as well.
People
are hating on Providence hard too against South Dakota State.
My thing with Providence, well, I mean, and I like Cooley, I really do. And like they played legitimate teams. No, I mean, I like Providence. I'm looking to see. No, I like them. I do. No, stop. No, I'm only saying this because he was voted by the whoever to be the coach of the year. And that just doesn't sit well with me because I think Tommy Lloyd should be coach of the year. Providence. And I mean, they got to get through Iowa.
Yeah, I have Iowa going pretty far. I think I actually have in my Final Four in one of my brackets. I think they're going to make some noise. They're one of the most high-powered offenses in the country.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a team that's going to fall flat in their face too that should be good that you think is gonna kind of fizzle out that everyone's giving a lot of love to maybe?
I mean, hopefully Duke, but
haven't they already fizzled out there?
I mean, they have, but I mean, they're still. I mean, like, the fact that they're a 2 seed is just outrageous. But
I need to get. When do they play? I need to go play some anti-Duke bets.
Duke plays. I don't know. Oh, you know what? I'm pretty sure they play on Friday.
They play Cal State Fullerton.
Yeah, they got
anything against Duke. Like if you could bet against Duke progressing, that'd be fantastic.
I mean, I don't like. I mean, mind you, like. I probably and I'm not like, again, we bet numbers and when it's not me involved, like I'm not the one that ultimately makes the decisions for these betting things because I'm usually drunk and it's just, so it's possible that we end up betting for Duke and like unbeknownst to me, we'll have to root for them.
How does this group work?
There's no problem rooting for them, but it's just like
No, I don't think they're good. Like, I just don't think they're good.
If you can't win for Coach K's last game and
or in the tournament,
like
Yeah, against
I
North
don't really
Carolina.
see them
who-
rallying like a fucking Disney movie.
Yeah,
you know.
I don't either.
It's gonna be no Remember the Titans story for
No.
the tournament for them.
No, like, yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. Like, if you can't do it for the last game, I mean,
Right.
I think you're done.
I have like tons of questions on how this whole group gambling thing works. Like, is there a leader that you trust to make the ultimate final call? Like, who
I
wants to
mean,
be a
yeah,
millionaire? Or
there
like,
is a leader.
is it an official leader or
Do you
just
have
an
to vote?
assumed-
Is it bicameral
No,
government? Is
really, there's no vote. Like, basically, he like, mind you, all through like the year, like, we'll kind of talk back and forth and talk about like, how he's doing it and what metrics he's relying on and this, that, and whatever. But when it comes down to it, like, and I'm not saying, well, I'm the girl, so no one listens to me, but like, it kind of comes down to he knows what he's doing, and whatever. It's fine because the thing is, at the end of the day, if the best lose, we can blame him, and I don't have to get blamed. So
It's
No,
true,
I
you have
understand.
all of
Like
the
T and I
reward
have a
with the
similar
risk.
relationship. T makes all these bets
Mhm.
in the name of the brand,
Mhm.
and I love every single one of them.
I mean, that's whatever
Till
he
they
bets,
lose.
we
Right.
root for.
I'm thankful for him.
I would say majority of them hit over 50% so far since the
That's
show.
why. That's
Hey, well then maybe tell
Great.
me who you're betting. I mean, I mean,
Well,
that was-
you
that
gotta
was
follow. You gotta
borderline
follow
talent
us. Hey, come
territory.
follow
I
us
gotta
on
be careful.
Twitter,
and
Instagram.
you'll all right. I'll do it.
He makes fancy graphics. They look awesome. We make TikTok. We make TikToks and shit.
Do you?
too.
I'm not on TikTok, so
That's why you hire a young.
I'm not all right. TikTok, even for me, when I first fired it up,
He
I
still
felt
doesn't.
like
I got a
100
model
years old.
he's not young enough because he doesn't know the TikTok.
yeah. I mean, I was told that the Chinese owned it and that they hack into your phone not to download it, so I didn't. But
Oh, but that's like you're not going to do that. Like, why not participate in that? Or you gonna hide shit from the Chinese?
I mean, not.
They
I
already
mean,
know
I
You're
just,
going to be
I,
the outlier. Is that the world
I'm
you
gonna
wanna
be the
live in?
only one left. It's gonna be
that
me.
sounds like fun, huh?
It's gonna be me against 9 billion everyone else because I'm the only one that's not influenced by China. I mean, that's
Lauren, I have two more teams I want to throw at you. I want to hear your
Sure.
thoughts on them.
sure.
One is my least favorite team in the entire country. That's Gonzaga.
Oh, I hate them too. So
Okay. Lauren can come
Did you
back.
guys see
anytime.
Did you guys see the promo that DraftKings put out? Okay,
Yeah.
Lauren. I'm in Louisiana. We just got the apps like for real. What NFC AFC Championship weekend.
okay,
So gambling has exploded in Louisiana. Like,
right? Yeah,
you could
right.
walk into a book for 6 months, but nobody was doing that. You know what I mean?
Right.
I had a private bookie, and then when they legalized Mississippi, I started going to Mississippi and da 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 da. And then Louisiana apps, and like that's just when wildfire. You've seen it, I'm sure you understand.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
It's wildfire, but like DraftKings will consistently do cool shit. Like, okay, I know what they're doing. Like, they're going, okay, we're gonna take this Gonzaga game, and we're gonna boost it to plus 100 for existing customers.
Wait, plus 100. What, money line?
Money line.
No, they
Yeah.
didn't.
Yes, they did. And you can do a maximum $50 bet. They're saying, come put 50. If my account's at 0, they send me this email. Come put $50 in. You're guaranteed to win it. You're going to have $100.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Or
This is
really-
only in Louisiana.
I don't know.
though?
I don't
No,
know.
it's,
No, I
in-
think
I have it as well. It's
yeah,
across.
it's in
all of
emerging markets because he's in an emerging market too.
Oh, damn it! And
They're like
I'm
still
in
nurturing.
Vegas, so I can't do
Listen,
it.
when I tell you that like for the launch between AFC NFC Championship weekend and the Super Bowl, like me and a lot of people that kind of followed, like that I taught, through
Yeah.
this show and just I met them through this show or Twitter or other shows or whatever, is a significant number of people. Like I came out $2,000 ahead. Like wagering none of my money, just capitalizing off like the apps being launched and taking promos from here and here, moving them around, and still like having fun and like not like being weird and systematic about it.
Right. I mean, I'm
that
just
was to get the hooks in us. It was
Right.
designed for you to win. It was
Right.
set up for you to win.
right.
But they're still kind of like it's been 3 months now, and they're still just kind of like going, oh, here's
I mean,
300.
I'm just. I mean, like it only occurred to me like yesterday. Like we're literally about like to get on a plane, and I'm like, hold on a second. DraftKings and FanDuel aren't in Like I can't use the apps in Nevada.
Mhm.
So now I'm screwed because like everything I've used to bet, like none of the apps I can use. And even like like I tried to like I have an MGM account in like at least 3 states. But like here I have to like actually go in to set up this account. I'm like, oh, I just want the app.
They'll allow you to use the apps within their premises, right? It's
Well,
something
but
weird like
MGM,
that?
but I still have to go in and like set up an account like
Yeah.
at the book.
That
But
throws
like
a whole
Yeah,
wrench in it.
yeah. They all require that in-person account.
Right,
That's
right.
ridiculous.
But
That's
like
that's just old lobbying money.
Right.
That's all just like brick and mortar lobbying money.
right, but like
Influencing
DraftKings and
the laws.
FanDuel, nope, done. Can't do it. I'm like, oh, that sucks. Because I'm
They're
sure it's
fantastic. They're fantastic. They're really good.
well, I just started getting into like player props, like
Uh-huh.
like
Oh, yeah.
college basketball props. I mean, mind you, like my first one I won really easily. I was like, oh wow, this is just printing money. But then the second one I was like, not so much. So I mean, I don't know like how fully invested, but like I was like, oh man, and you can't, there's like no one here that does player props. So
Yeah.
I won't be doing that this weekend.
But none of the books, see, like I've even noticed like on the Gulf Coast, like so, Mississippi Gulf Coast has books and like FanDuel will power a book. Like so it'll be like so you can walk up to a kiosk and place the same bets at a kiosk
right.
within like a FanDuel themed book as you could on the app.
Right.
And then they like and the other one, like they even have like they have a couple of Barstool ones, and that's kind of law in Louisiana is like if you're gonna have a virtual and app-based presence, you had to tag along with some kind of land-based somebody.
Right.
So it'd be like the biggest cheese dick casino in the world, and it'd be like, but
I mean, I've been to them. They're in Illinois.
Yeah. Right.
Whoa,
I had friends that came up to work at the casino in Joliet after Katrina. Like the summer before Katrina, like me and some very good friends were just hanging out bar hopping like all summer, and then Katrina happened, just like destroyed all of our shit.
Yeah.
But like the people I was hanging out with all worked at Harrah's, New Orleans, and then like Harrah's was really cool in that they gave them all jobs in Joliet.
In Illinois.
Mm-hmm. They were nice to like place them jobs in Joliet, and like somebody's grandma lived up there, so they all moved in with grandma. And I ended up in the like upper Midwest too, and we like hooked up for Thanksgiving. But I was like, man, I'll always like give a shout out,
No, I'm just remembering because I don't know I actually don't know which one it was. It was Blue Chip, I think in Indiana. And we watched a couple games in there, and it must have been, it was either DraftKings or FanDuel. I don't remember which.
Yeah.
But I mean,
it's cool. Like when they and so Vegas probably doesn't have many of those. It's probably just the old guard.
Well, no, they don't have any.
Like everybody has their own
you can't use them here at all.
Legacy. It's all like legacy books, right?
No, you cannot do FanDuel or DraftKings here, anywhere.
Huh.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically MGM or Caesars, which is Will Hill.
Yeah, right.
Who I refuse to use. Like I'm over them. Done. So like, I mean, you're very limited. Like it kind of, in a lot of ways, a little bit sucks. I mean, it's cool.
Yeah.
But it kind of sucks.
Vegas,
not gonna lie.
But they got legal weed in Vegas now.
But they have legal weed in Las Vegas, right?
I know. Well, I have legal weed in Louisiana, so.
Yeah, I mean, Illinois got legal weed.
Right.
Florida's got legal weed,
Yeah.
So, I don't know, but I mean, basically the idea here is that we just bet our faces off for 4 days, and then next weekend, then I'll be back in Illinois, and I can do the rest of the books. So, and I can blame all my losses this weekend on the head of the betting.
You were hindered by the system.
Yeah, exactly. Completely.
The man got you down this week.
Yeah, he does.
In Vegas of all places.
Right? You'd think I'd be like living the dream with every book in the world, but no.
Yeah, I
Somehow
didn't
not.
realize Vegas didn't have the apps. Damn, I was
Yeah,
thinking about moving there. Now I'm reconsidering.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
I'd not move to Vegas if they don't have if they got the apps. I'd consider moving to Vegas.
Would you? But that's the breaker, the deal breaker right there.
Yeah. If I can't have DraftKings and FanDuel, I'm not moving to Vegas.
I mean, that's fair. That's totally fair.
I just learned that, and that's a disqualifier. Okay.
Well, I'm sorry that I had to be the one to break it to
It
you.
was in my top 3.
Was it?
Yeah.
Where's your other 2?
Tahoe's number 1.
Okay.
Vegas is number 2, and then number 3 is like either rural Colorado, and then like adjacent to 3 is just like I buy a camper and I just work and live remotely and just kind of
like the Unabomber.
No, because
Gambling.
Unabomber didn't. No, he was very stationary.
He was
in
right.
one place.
You're right. He did have it one place.
No, he didn't have like a sweet, like solar powered camper that had the world's craziest Wi-Fi.
I mean, that sound it would be kind of
off grid.
I mean, you just have to
spend
make
3 weeks
sure.
over here. Oh, I'm going to work my way up the East Coast now. Go visit friends out west.
No, I mean, it sounds actually that sounds amazing.
It is kind of Mad Max though.
Yeah.
But I think that's where we're headed.
Is it? Wait, you mean the whole world is headed towards that?
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole world.
Cynical.
Yeah, sorry, the girls are talking louder now because they're drinking.
Lauren, my last question too for you. How far you think UConn's going to go? That's my homer pick.
I mean, I hate all the Hurleys, like all of them. So,
which Hurley's coaching? Is it Bobby?
Dan.
Dan. Bobby's blocked me on Twitter.
Is Bobby still alive?
Wait. Bobby ASU.
Hurley.
Yeah, Bobby Hurley.
Bobby Hurley's the Arizona State coach, I thought.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Bobby
Dan
Hurley.
From
Dan Hurley's
Rhode Island,
Connecticut, and his son plays for him. I just hate the Hurleys. So I don't know. I don't think. I mean, UConn at the beginning of the year was sort of looking kind of like they were going to be the real deal. I don't know. They kind of fizzled a bit. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm looking to see who are they even playing in the
playing New Mexico on I think Friday.
I mean, the thing about New Mexico is that and sad as it is, because I pay attention to there's 358 teams, and
right.
Throughout the year I bet on all kinds of them. I don't think New Mexico State or New Mexico or whatever is very good at all. So they'll probably get to them. I don't know. I don't really see them. I mean, but it's probably my hate talking, honestly.
Yeah, you're clouded. Your judgment is clouded. Your
clouded.
hate.
It is a little bit clouded, which is what I mean. Everyone's like
your team rivals. I mean, don't you have a take on that? Like, don't bet on your favorite team.
Well, yeah, that's why I don't. I mean, I don't bet on Arizona.
But Arizona State, you hate, right?
Oh, I mean, detest. Like they could fall into.
So do you feel safe betting? Do you bet on Arizona State at all, or do you avoid them too?
I have before, but it takes a lot for me to do that, and I preferably would want to bet against them, obviously, because I never want them to win. It's sort of like Duke. Like, if the numbers say, do I bet for Duke? I mean, I guess, but I preferably don't want to.
Just look at it like Team A, Team B. Don't even think about the colors or name or logo.
About who?
Anyone. Just if you're afraid of if you're looking at pure numbers, I look at it like Team A versus Team B.
Well, yeah. And the funny thing is, people will be like, "Oh my God, how did you bet on them?" And it's like I didn't even think about it. I just saw the number and was like, "Okay, that sounds like a good bet." And then I realized, oh, I can't believe I just bet on this team. It's like in a different part of my brain. I don't know why.
You're talking to the guy who took the under in the Pro Bowl, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
That's kind of the downside of having a guy make a pick in your name, Lauren, is that the weekend of the NFL Pro Bowl, he took the fucking under in my name, and it's like, bro.
I mean, the under in the Pro Bowl was brave.
I was
First show called taking the over. I take a surprisingly high amount.
I was so
Well, you know what? In
unreasonable.
fairness,
I was so unreasonably upset, but
Well,
he never even knew.
Not angry.
But he never knew.
in fairness, like everyone takes the over, so you think they adjust their numbers for that.
That's
So
why
you might.
But
I know.
he came with some numbers leading the other way.
It was hitting
because he's a numbers guy. He's a numbers guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I've ever bet the Pro Bowl. I don't think I ever will. It's like I don't bet NBA regular season ever.
If I were to bet it, I'd probably just take the over and keep it simple.
I mean that really is the only thing you can do.
Like I'm
There's
betting on Wisconsin to make it to the Sweet 16. They're Badgers. Their color is red.
I mean, good
They're
luck
from
with
the
that.
Big Ten.
I mean, if you remember, there was
seed.
There was an SNL thing where they had these two people who like picked the best brackets, and like one of them was like this chick from like I don't know, but she's like, well, I really like turtles, so I picked Maryland, and like it just so happened that they won, but I mean that was her reasoning.
Yeah.
So
coin flips and like animals, like interspecies competitions, like humans handicapping versus animals. We're big fans of that here. My cat
isn't there that dog that throws like that ball down the stairs and it lands in a cup?
I'm convinced. I don't like that dog. It picked against like all of my picks one playoff weekend, and I've had a vendetta against that. I think it's like a corgi. It stands at the top.
Yeah, it's a corgi.
Wait. It does what? I don't know. Is this on?
It's on
I don't
TikTok,
know where he comes from.
YouTube, whatever. He kicks like an inflatable basketball down a flight of stairs, and there's two baskets, each with one team. And whenever it goes in, best out of three, sometimes that's who you think is going to win. I'm convinced it's edited based on what the guy who's doing it. So that just rubbed me the wrong way from the start.
It's possible that is. It is possible that's how it works.
We prefer turtle versus male. That's usually our wheelhouse of competitions.
Well, and again, I hate to say it. I don't never like to toot my tout horn, but my cat.
Okay, Vegas Dave.
My cat, Uncle Baby Billy, was 56% against the spread in the NFL this year.
Really?
Yes. It's just pure chance.
And how do you put like treats out and see which one?
He reacted best to hair ties. Like I had long hair at the time, so I had a lot of hair ties around, and hair ties became his favorite thing. He'd take a hair tie over catnip or a treat.
Wow, the hair tie. I mean, I get it. My best friend has two cats, and they are big fans of like things like hair ties and caps,
really like
bottle caps.
Yeah.
It's like on Christmas when you get your kid a new toy, and they care more about playing inside the box that it came in instead of the actual.
She legitimately, there's a box, and he cannot wait to get in that box, no matter what. No matter what, like can have a naked other cat laying there ready, and he's like, nope.
You could think of.
I don't even think cats care about that, right? Aren't cats like aren't they all fixed?
I mean,
my cat's the most asexual thing that's ever roamed the earth. Like,
I mean, I gotta assume her cats are too. I've never seen them tried it. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
he's good. He's good. The point of the story is.
Yeah.
Chance and just randomness is pretty good at handicapping sometimes,
I mean, it is for
a threshold.
It is. I think a lot of betting is, luck, chance. I respect all the people who like do this as a living and they make a craft. I think a lot of them do it basically for like using arbitrage with the different books to try and get line, and I get that. It's not something I would do. It seems like a whole lot of work and like running around and having to have like people running for you, and that's just not something I'm interested in. But I mean that's I think one way that people do it. I think the other way is you just kind of hope that things play out like you think they're going to play out, and there's many times it doesn't work like that. So I mean, you never know. Gonzaga could lose first round, and then
Boy, that'd really help DraftKings out if that happened.
I'm convinced that they know Georgia State's like some superpower.
Well, I was about to say, or the game could be influenced if enough money went a certain way. Like I don't know.
I don't think it would be.
That'd be a whole nother podcast.
Yeah, I don't think it would be influenced like that. Like, there's definitely been some games.
Put all kinds of. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, I mean, I think Gonzaga's probably fine.
They're
But
23-point favorites. I think we're.
I like it. I like my plus 100 money line for being a.
I mean, that's
DraftKings
incredible. I
customer.
mean, that's I'm like ready to call my sister and tell
It's,
her to
it's
sign
just
up
like
for
it
an
was
account.
just a ploy to get me to put 50 in that they'll launder and give me another 50 and go, okay, motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm like, you don't need to sucker me in.
We
I'm gonna
notice
put
you've
money
been
anyway.
withdrawing money from us and not be like, come on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're not the target customer for that Pro Bowl because I was going to bet $50 either way on something.
Right. I'm like, well, thank you. Like, yeah, I'm glad. I find if I hold out, like, I moved my betting style from earlier to later in the day, and I'd start getting better bonuses getting emailed to me by
Really?
DraftKings as the afternoon went on. Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at tracking bonus. Like I got a new MGM account in Illinois when I went back to Illinois, and it was like $1,000 free, basically. Like if you lose, you get or whatever. And I'm such an idiot that like I wasn't even thinking about that, and then I made some dumb small bet for my first one. I'm like, well, congratulations, this is right. I'm like, God, like it was like a $20 bet. It was something stupid. I'm like, I can't believe I wasted that. But whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
whatever.
No,
Whatever.
I don't know. I put my $100 free bet on Wisconsin. We'll see. Lauren, is there anything about March Madness that we did not get to that you want to make sure, like, absolutely that we get to tonight?
I mean, probably 1,000 things, but I can't think of them right now. I do. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I guess like you say, like the tout thing. Like don't
Right.
listen to anyone who claims they have winners. Like I like Vegas Dave, who I despise. Like obviously, he claimed like he posted something that said I have the winner. I'm like, dude, I mean, anyone is dumb enough to do that, but like nobody knows. Like no one knows, and like shit happens, and like people have bad games, and believe me, I know because like Arizona is notoriously I mean, we've lost in the first round to shitty Buffalo, and so shit just happens. People have bad games. Don't listen to us how that says they know, because they don't.
Just make it fun.
Make it
Enjoy the ride.
100%. Like use make this like this is a fun time of year. Like if nothing else, like it like just enjoy the nonstop basketball. That's what I would say. And you're very lucky that you're in New Orleans, because regardless of whatever, you're there. So
Yeah, no, our network, Boot Crew Media, we've got a pretty cool presence down there, and rumor is we're going to be hooked up with the Barstool folks a whole lot.
Oh,
that
really?
that whole time, yeah. There's a rumor about that, yeah. So
well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. No, we're so happy for them. Like, we're so thankful for them. We're so thankful for you, man. I appreciate you coming on and joining us tonight, taking some time out of your schedule, being in Vegas with friends. This was huge having you on
Thank
tonight.
you for asking me.
I mean, you're iconic to me. I think that you are an iconic person, like in the gambling sphere.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm flattered that you think that.
Cool.
But thank you. I know it was fun. I was a little bit nervous to do this, but I'm very happy I did, and yeah, like you guys are great, and I'm gonna obviously follow you both on Twitter now. So
yeah, and
that
follow
was
us.
our end
follow
goal.
us.
We just had you on just to get one more follower.
We're building a nation one by one.
I mean,
Get
brick
all
by
of our
brick.
followers on as guests one at a time.
No, I definitely will. So yeah, thank you so
we're-
much for having me, and I mean, good luck on your Wisconsin bet.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really wish you luck, because I don't like.
I think I'm gonna get like 2 good nights of sweat out of it, maybe.
Yeah,
That's
That's all I'm asking for.
yeah. I mean, yeah, that's all you really need. But yeah, good luck with them, and I don't know, good luck with your bets. I hope they all win, as long as they're not against Arizona.
Cool. Well, look, we've got a tradition on the show. We always just ask our guests to please say goodnight to all of the beautiful people listening out there.
So I would just like to say good night to all the beautiful people listening out there.
And we'll see you guys next week. Larry Fedora's coming on. USFL Breakers. Love it. Lauren picked him to win the championship. So there you go.
That's a lot.
Kisses, hugs, loves, buys. Later.
Bye.
So I didn't even want to bring it up this year. I was like, I didn't know.
In